Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I have another Paisleys and Posies project to share with you, featuring the Paisleys and Posies stamp set from the holiday catalog, one of my favorites. And this one actually uses some pieces from the Paisley framelit dies. These are something that you can add to your Stamps and Mail Club kit at a discount, which is always a good deal, right? And then this is the card that we'll be doing. So the tips I have for you on this one are how to stamp these little Paisleys inside each other. I have some tips and tricks on that. And then how to make this little bow embellishment down here at the bottom using that ribbon trio. So let's get stamping and I'll show you how to make this card at home. So we are going to need the card kit that has the hole in the center, and you can set your directions aside or you can use them if you want to. The pieces for this one are here, and then you're also going to need the rich raspberry ribbon that's included in your kit. So I've got mine set here. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is slide all these fun pieces aside and start with our Dapper Denim. So this is die cut for you with a hole in the front because window cards are just too much fun. You get the design on the front and the design inside, right? But I'm going to go ahead and fold that so I have an idea where I am, and then I'm going to lay it flat again because it's much easier to stamp on this flat. We're going to do Dapper Denim on Dapper Denim. So that is a really common technique that you can use to do backgrounds, and this one is going to be another fill in the background kind of card. So I am going to start here and start with my Paisleys. When you do this kind of fill in the background kind of spot, you want to make sure that your images are not like wholly on the paper. You want to vary them a little bit so that some of them come off the edges. And I'm going to leave some extra space because I have another large image that I want to add here in some of these areas. And this design is going to go onto the back. That'll just be like an extra little bonus for whoever's getting the card. Okay. So we've got that. I'm going to clean that off with my Stampin' Scrub. The next one I'm going to use is this big medallion, and these are all in Paisleys and Posies. This is a great stamp set for all occasions. I'm going to ink that one this direction now, and I'm just filling in some of those edge pieces or in between spots as we go. Okay, I think I'm not going to put one there. So when you think, oh, maybe one more, then that's the time to stop. So I'm going to ink this one more time. This is the smaller one with the little pointies. Another circle here. And let's see, I think that's good for that one. And then this little cabbage flower piece, which is great for filling in some spots. That was a little closer, but it'll all come together. And again, adding some that go off the edge of your paper. And I know a lot of these are going to get covered up, but we're just going to fill in our space, and then the background pieces that got covered up will be fine. And then this little speckled circle, I'm a big fan of this image too, to fill in the blanks. Okay, so there we have our designer series paper. Really nice images to go together, and with all the different shapes you can always find something to fill in. Alright, so we are going to add our background now, and this is the Delightful Dijon cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and add some snail in the corners, and this is sized just to fit right inside here. And it'll come pre-cut with your Stamps and Mail Club kit too. And then we have two pieces to help decorate the front. We have this actual designer series paper and then this copper foil paper, which I love. And I actually like to use fast fuse on the back of my copper foil paper. Sometimes the snail just likes to jump off of there a little bit. So I'm going to line this up here, really actually pretty close to the edge of our card, and stick that down. And then I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of our designer paper from the Paisleys Suite, and do just a hint of that copper that shows on the side. And then I think I'm going to trim just a little hair of our copper at the bottom. There we go. Okay, so we have our card front. There is die cut for you with Stamps and Mail Club, this Paisley, and then our 2-inch is it 2-inch? Yeah, 2-inch circle from the copper foil paper again. This paper is beautiful. I don't know if it'll show on the design so well, but these fall colors, well, it doesn't hurt that this, like, fall colors are my thing. That's what I love. My go-to colors and so forth, but they are really elegant and just super deep and vibrant with the addition of the copper. So I'm going to go ahead and look right through. This is the benefit of photopolymer stamps. You can see what you're doing. So I have my rich raspberry outline there, and then I'm going to grab my inner paisley here with Delightful Dijon and ink this up with my Stampin' Spots. Stampin' Spots come with your Stamps and Mail Club kit. If you already have these ink colors though, you can substitute for something else just for the same value. That's really easy. And then I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on the back and stick this down. We'll give it kind of a jaunty angle. And then I have left our cute little piece here and our rich raspberry circle, the 1-inch circle that we're going to build on. Now this piece you're going to want to poke out, and you can use lots of different things for that. I like using the pokey tool, aka paper piercing tool, if you're looking for it in my online store or the Stampin' Up catalog. And those pieces are great. These were cut with a precision base plate, so they are super super nicely die cut. You just sometimes have to poke little pieces out. Alright, so this is where the ribbon comes in. So I'm going to grab my Fast Fuse because this is my adhesive of choice for making this little embellishment. It's just really strong. You could also use tear and tape, you could use snail, it's just not quite as strong. But what I'm going to do is I am going to start here in the center and adhere my ribbon. I'm going to fold over to make kind of a loop, and if I make the loop straight on, the loop is straight on. If I turn my ribbon, see how I'm turning my hand a little bit, then that loop gets a little bit loopier. It's a little bit more open. See how that sits like this? Okay, so I'm going to then take this, I'm going to fold back over and twist it just a little bit again to get sort of a equal size loop, and press it into the adhesive. Now I've covered up almost all my adhesive, so at this point I'm going to add some more here onto our project. Okay, so I have 2 loops. I'm going to put it across one more time. I'm going to do another little twist. I'm going to bring it back, and when you get to this end part here to make the 4th loop, you want to be careful about adding too much adhesive because you don't want to have it show. Alright, so I'm going to do this last little loop and try and keep your loops about the same size, although honestly it's not that big a deal. So now I have, see how that worked? 4 loops on a circle, and I'm just going to cut that end there so that it looks kind of nice and neat. Alright, so that's your rich raspberry. You'll still have lots of ribbon left over this month. And then I'm going to grab my copper thread, which is gorgeous and included, and this is a copper thread trick for you. So it's gorgeous, but it's really, really small. So I'm going to take all 4 fingers and spread them out a little and just wrap it around because we want to create something that is a little easier to see. So I've pinched it under my thumb. I'm going to trim it. Okay, except instead of loops, what I really want is a copper thread. So take your thread and twist it. See how I'm twisting? You probably can't see. I'm twisting it so that now I have a bundle of threads. And then I'm going to pinch it in my hand so that it doesn't unwind. And I'm going to poke this through the bottom part of my die cut element. Let's see if I can get it all in there. Alright, not too bad. And then I'm going to, keeping it all twisted together, doesn't like to stay twisted, but that's okay. Keeping it all together, I'm going to, except for that little piece keeping it together, I'm going to just tie a knot at the bottom. And you can tie it once. It'll stay better if you tie it twice. So I'll give it a second tie here. Okay, alright. So see now how I have this sort of string of threads, but I want to get rid of those loops. I don't want them to show like as loops in our final project. I want them to look like little tiny parts. So I just cut off the loops at the end, and then I have, let's see, you see best there, our cute embellishment. Alright, and then this is going to go down here on our ribbon to finish this. And let's see, I'm going to put some fast fuse, whoops, would have been better to go the other direction. There we go. Some fast fuse on top of our ribbon, and then our element on top. And there is our final embellishment to go on our card. You can put it on a Stampin' Dimensional. Sure, why not? We'll put a Stampin' Dimensional under it. But it's based on that circle, which helps to keep all the pieces together. All right, and there we have our finished Paisley card. A really fun way to use this Paisleys and Posies stamp set. And your Stamps and Mail Club kit includes all the pieces that you have seen here so that you can put it together. You just need your own blocks and your own adhesive and scissors. So thanks so much for watching. If you haven't requested your Stamps and Mail Club kit for September, you can visit my blog and go ahead and do that. The process is really easy, and you can substitute any of the stamps or inks or copper thread, things that you might already have with your kit, and pick something different. So happy stamping!